All right, Frank and Trey, so check it out. First thing we look at when we evaluate the way that you're moving is where it starts, which is going to be the back foot. Energy is always taken from the ground, starts from the ground and moves up. So we're looking to see how much stability do you have as you start to lift. Basically, is there any wobble or shakiness in the cleats? Think about a foundation of a home. If you've got a shaky foundation, you don't start building second and third floors on top of it. You fix the foundation. So you can see here, you see your cleats moving around and you're getting, just seems slight, right? But it's a little bit up. It's an energy leak. So that high leg lift that you're creating doesn't need to be so high. It needs to be less. All you're trying to accomplish with lifting your front leg is you want to activate the quad. If you have to come up out of your posture, out of your center of gravity to be able to create that counter rotation move, it's going to end up hurting you versus helping you, because what it does is it bows your leg out. Now you've lost your center of gravity. Look at your knee right here, outside of your ankle. And then as we start to move forward, okay, we're looking to create a positive shin angle, meaning instead of being vertical, I'd like to see it more along the lines of see if we can do this right here. I'd like to see it more along the lines of this, so that your pelvis starts to move sideways towards the mound. We want to be lifting and loading at the same time. We've got a drill that we use for that with plyo-care ball. It's called the walk-in wind-up. As we move down here further, okay, you do a really good job of laying back your arm into external rotation, like we talked about. Do that sport class. Like, that's a 95-mile-an-hour arm. It's at least a 90-mile-an-hour arm, and then it's just going to depend on how bad you want it. Guys that throw 95 miles an hour all have more than 85 degrees in this frame. That's why it's a strong indicator of potential velocity output, and that's fantastic. But it's being wasted right now because it's not connected to a body that knows how to rotate powerfully. Again, another part we talked about is, if we back up, the ultimate thing at Murphy Baseball Performance is what we call the holy grail, is intent, okay? So here's what I mean by intent. If it's going to let me actually... There we go, clear. Okay, so just watch athleticism and aggressiveness. Like, does it look like you're trying to, if you think about nailing in a nail, are you trying to sit nail in the nail, or are you just trying to... And that's okay. That's who I was when I was throwing 76, 78. But I learned how to warm up better. You had a 6-minute warm-up yesterday total, or a 10-minute warm-up, sorry. 4 minutes of quote-unquote body warm-up, which was not really body warm-up in my opinion. Again, not trying to be disparaging or rude, but just being honest with you, that's my job. You want to be able to be a more powerful, explosive athlete on the mound or on the baseball field or anywhere. You've got to have your body prepared to do it. To give you an idea, our guys warm up for the guys I work with, whether it's guys at Trinity or whether it's guys that I've trained with, that I work with in the capacity of Murphy Baseball. We're not going to really touch a ball for at least the first 25, 30 minutes. And really, if we doing it right, we're probably spending about 45 minutes on the warm-up, full body, focusing then specifically on the arm and getting you primed and ready. If your body doesn't feel like it's ready to go, it's always wondering and questioning, am I safe, am I safe? If it's not warmed up and ready to go, it's going to slow down and protect you and not let you throw as hard. Okay, so just warming up is probably going to get you a couple miles an hour. And then we found some junky tissue in the bicep. Okay, so on the throwing side arm. And Trey, you asked, like, hey, what's the why behind that? And there's a lot of different reasons that could be. One of them is just because you don't really warm up the right way. So then you go out and you go in the long toss and start just whipping it. Your whole body's not ready. It's not turned on. It's not ready to go. And then therefore your soft tissue in your muscle fibers respond accordingly. They shrivel up and tighten up to try to protect themselves. And again, it's just going to have a negative effect on your performance, not just your velocity, but also your ability to be consistent and command the baseball. As you move down here, let's go back to that athleticism and aggressiveness piece. 5 out of 10. All right. Aggressiveness is like, hey, when you get to from here to here, a 10 is you're trying to throw it 100 miles an hour. A 4 or 5 is I'm just trying to hit a spot. So I hope that helps. Let's talk more.